What's up, boys? It's almost 7 a.m. I've been up for the last hour and a half, like always, since 5 a.m. And, brother, I haven't posted a video in like a week now. And, I'm sitting here, bro. Bro, life is crazy, bro. Life is a crazy thing. I woke up this morning and I felt great, bro. Like, I went to bed at like 9 p.m. last night. And I usually go to bed at like 10:30 because I've worked so long that I have to go to the gym. But last night I was able to go to bed early because, I finished my work and I went to the gym, hit legs, and it was a tough workout, but I got through it. I went to bed with like a headache, my head was throbbing, felt terrible, bags under my eyes for lack of sleep. But it's like, bro, how blessed are we, bro? Like there's times in life where, we feel like, bro, nothing's changing. When is this gonna change? When am I gonna feel better? When am I finally gonna make the breakthrough? Why am I feeling this for so long? Why do I always feel like this? Why can't I win? Why can't I win on my terms? That's what it feels like sometimes, And I woke up this morning and I felt great. Got 8 hours of sleep. But when I woke up and I got off my bed, I had to ask myself, bro, what changed? Why do I feel great now? Why didn't I feel great yesterday? And brother, like, I answered myself in that same sentence. I was just talking out loud, but nothing changed. God gives us one opportunity every single day. And that's the blessing of waking up. And in waking up, he wants us to push through that barrier in our brain. And that's to fulfill the greatness he has in store for us. So if he gives us one option, why are we giving ourselves more than one option to live this life? Why does it always come down to how we feel? Why am I always asking why? I don't deserve an explanation. There's no explanation. Sometimes we're not going to have the answer. But sometimes we have to go through the difficulty to go through the storm to become who he sought out for us to become. Sometimes to reach our full potential, sometimes to reach the greatness that is in store for us. Sometimes we have to sacrifice and go through the pain, go through the suffer, go through the harm for somebody else. But sometimes, we have to change for the people we love. And a lot of times we're not thinking about life that way. A lot of times we're only thinking about ourselves. We feel lost. We feel sad. We feel the sorrow. We feel the storm. And we wonder, why it's all happening. But why do we deserve an explanation for that? I'm losing some light in here, bro. But it's like we don't deserve any of that. God gave us one option. So the one option we should give into this life is, what can I do today to become better than who I was yesterday? What can I do today to push myself past who I can be tomorrow? A lot of times who we are in the current moment, the decisions we make now, can dictate who we are a month, a year from now. Or the people, the lives that come upon us, the people who come around us. The decisions we make now can impact them. It's like, why does it matter how we feel? If I felt great yesterday, I felt horrible yesterday. It doesn't matter. It's not what I do. It's not the decisions I make. What decision will I make today that will impact me tomorrow? That will impact my loved ones tomorrow? A lot of times we gotta take the spotlight off us. Because God already painted out the picture. The journey for us could be the journey for someone else tomorrow. And brother, what I mean by that, a lot of times, like I said, we're going to have to walk through the storm for somebody else. And a lot of times the picture won't be glaring. Like the last week I've been trying to analyze, what I can do better in these videos, or, the value I'm giving to y'all boys. And like I started this channel to document every single bit of the way. It's not easy. It's not easy waking up every single day and pushing yourself to your full capacity. Waking up at 5:30 a.m., going to the gym, going to work, doing things that I don't want to do. It's not easy. But who told me it was going to be easy? lot of times your efforts will feel like it's going unseen. A lot of times I feel like your efforts are pointless. Bro, I'm here to tell you this right now. Nothing we do in this life is pointless. Every single day, every single breath of fresh air, every single bit of effort. It might go without saying, but every single bit of effort has its its importance. You know, it's so hard to see, but a lot of the things we went through last year, it molded us into who we are today. It's all a puzzle piece, you know? And it's difficult to see that, man, but you know, really what my point is in this video, brother, sometimes change means bad. Sometimes change means, you know, like right now, I don't feel the best. I woke up feeling amazing, but right now I don't feel the best. But it's the constant effort. It's me showing up. You know, sometimes that's change. Sometimes change is just showing up to the event, showing up to the opportunity God has sought out to us to endure on, and just going through and breaking down the wall. You know, I don't feel it right now, bro. I'm gonna be honest, but what else am I supposed to do? You know, the blessing in this life is we were given the opportunity. So I give ourselves more than one option. The one option is to get up and go out there and break down the wall. The one option is to go out there and see what I'm made of. The one option is to see who is Jared. It's not asking why me, why this, who am I? It's about who is Jared, bro. Who am I? I find who I am by struggling. I find who I am by pushing the boundaries of this life. We can't ask why me, why this. Ask what am I made of? And sometimes asking who you're made of, it's gonna take months, it's gonna take weeks, it's gonna take years to truly find it. But from day one, we have to accept it. We have to accept this is who I am. And who I am is gonna change every single day. But it won't change until I give constant effort. The decision I make has to be uncomfortable. A lot of times we get thoughts where it's like, bro, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. And when the moment arises itself, it's like, damn, I don't wanna do this. Damn, I don't feel like doing this. Brother, that's the enemy, brother. Because the coach on the opposing team knew you were the best player. Don't you think he would throw every single distraction, every single defender, every single game plan at you? Just so when the play actually starts, you feel confused? You feel like, damn, I don't want to do this. Yo, boys, my camera just died, but my phone just died. But I want to leave our boys with this message, man. We get that resistance because that's where our greatness stems from. You know, greatness, you know, resistance only comes when you're pushing down the boundaries that God has already sought out for you to push down. You know, if it wasn't so great, you think it'd be easy? You think if you think greatness would be easy? It's great because it's difficult, brother. It's great because the vision that God has sought out for you, no one else is willing to do that work. But until you're willing to accept that I have to do that work, nothing will change. Sometimes, you know, change in this life is always this glamorous thought in our mind, but sometimes change is just doing what I wasn't doing yesterday. Sometimes change is just, you know, being willing to be who I wasn't willing to be for so long. You know, the world will tell us to change. The world will tell us to do this. But what is that deep down feeling of what you know you need to do? What is that deep down feeling of what you've been avoiding? Because we all have those things that we've been avoiding. But it's like, why would the enemy give us, you know, the answer? You know, the enemy's there just as many times as we think he's not there. Brother, the point of this video, brother, sometimes we have to realize we have to accept change. Sometimes we're not going to understand. We're not going to understand why things are happening for the way it's happening. But all we can do is just accept it. We can accept where this needs to be done. It's almost like, bro, like every single day I wake up at 5 a.m. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that's the right answer. But I accept it because who I was a year ago, it wasn't pretty, bro. But I became that person because I never accepted what needed to be done. I became that person because I always let life repeat itself. And I thought it was just coincidence. But no, life repeats itself because we still haven't learned the lesson that we were put on this earth to learn. Brother, we have to learn every single day. And brother, I'm not going to make this video too long. We help boys be great today. Y'all boys push the boundaries today. Because truthfully, we're blessed every single day we wake up because that's the opportunity, the one opportunity. Boys, regardless, my phone keeps dying on me. I love y'all boys. Be great today. And man, there's so much in store for us, in this life. Boys, link in the description, my Instagram. I'm on there more than I'm on here. Hourly stories, so much value. If y'all boys have any questions, DM me on there. I love y'all boys. And as always, I'm gonna catch y'all boys on the flip side. All right, man.